Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a journey of awareness, tracing the cinematic journey of consciousness itself. Think of it starting right here, in the calm, unhurried rhythms of nature. The sweeping landscapes, moving water, expansive skies. It's a perfect reflection of our internal universe in its most natural, unconditioned state. We're going to explore exactly how our minds develop, how they get shaped by the world around us, and most importantly, how we can reclaim our independent awareness. Because in that pristine state, you have a distinct choice. The choice is to create your desired destiny or become a prisoner of fate. Our internal universe starts out as this incredibly peaceful blank slate where we're completely free to choose our path. But as we grow, the landscape of our lives inevitably shifts. We slam into an overwhelming, dizzying flood of external stimuli. Society really begins its work on us, and that's where the struggle to maintain our true authenticity actually kicks in.
The noise of conditioning. That natural peace is completely disrupted by modern life. We're suddenly navigating a dizzying flood of screens, chaotic social environments, and relentless media exposure. Honestly, a zombie-like populace is in the making. When we constantly absorb all this endless brain candy and bend to heavy social pressures, it fundamentally limits our capacity for independent thought. We literally start emulating ridiculous behaviors just to fit in with the crowd, losing our original identity along the way.
The hidden risk here is absolutely massive. What you fail to control may, at some stage, gain the capacity to control you. If you aren't actively practicing intellectual self-defense, your personal reality is incredibly easy to hijack. The manipulations of society's control systems and, frankly, the toxic negativity of people around us will just take over and run the show if we don't set up very strict mental boundaries.
So it forces us to pause and deeply ask, do you really know what you think you know? We so often confuse rote information, just parroting what we hear on the news or from our social circle, for genuine understanding. And when we do that, we find ourselves imprisoned by preconditioned thoughts and external agendas, rather than doing the actual hard work of seeking out verifiable truths for ourselves.
To escape this kind of shark-infested mentality and break free from the deeply ingrained constraints of the tribe, eliminating preconditioned thinking is absolutely necessary. We have to fiercely analyze our own beliefs. Are they truly our own, or are they just regurgitated societal mantras? We have to stop taking things at face value and start challenging the status quo to find real freedom of thought. The pause for reflection.
Escaping all that external noise requires a profound shift. By seeking out internal stillness and retreating into solitude, we finally get that clean, quiet space to deeply question our emotional responses. You have to control your environment to control your thoughts. It's a vital necessity. You simply have to step away from negative influences and those toxic people who intentionally drain your energy. Isolating yourself from that negativity protects your mental equilibrium and gives your brain the peace it actually needs to process reality accurately.
Ultimately, you have to be the master of your personal internal universe. Reality is just an internal impression of the external world, and you are entirely in charge of how you interpret it. By taking a deliberate pause, we stop bending like bamboo in a typhoon just to appease everyone else or avoid conflict. We finally take back our structural power.
And this leads us to ask, why pursue futility? We really need to evaluate if our daily actions are merely aimlessly passing time, just drifting through a mist of clouded intentions. Are we doing things just for the sake of it, chasing hollow distractions? Or are we actually dedicating our precious energy to creating true, lasting value for our lives?
The discipline of focus.
As we gradually discover that internal stability, we actively enter the realm of mental discipline. We purposefully filter out the shiny distractors of modern life. Because, think about it, habits determine what attention is placed upon. Repeated actions and daily routines slowly, almost invisibly, build our core identity over time. Knowing this, it's vital to consciously construct thought patterns that concentrate strictly on what we actually desire, rather than unconsciously drifting into destructive or lazy habits.
The absolute best antidote to modern complexity is to keep to basics for a simple, undemanding life. The hidden cost of all these unconscious routines is massive. To truly understand our situation and clear out the mental clutter, we have to strip away the noise and evaluate the components of our lives clearly, right down to the fundamental basics. Grounded action becomes our greatest tool. You have to find simple, effective solutions to deal with what's necessary. Rather than making snap emotional decisions based on panic or external pressures, we use logic and verified knowledge to organize and simplify our minds. We focus solely on handling exactly what is absolutely essential.
The challenge of persistence.
Of course, life is never perfectly predictable. The human journey inevitably brings unexpected surprises and temporary failures. But when the unexpected occurs, have confidence it can be handled well. Dancing on thin ice really is an art form. By keeping your frequency high and remaining completely unaffected by sudden chaos, you allow yourself to craft inspiring, effective solutions right out of thin air, entirely unbothered by the temporary disruption.
We must also remember that not everything has a guarantee. Our conditions are in a constant state of flux due to ever-changing constructs all around us. Relying solely on past comparisons can actually be a really dangerous trap, because the present moment is entirely new. We have to continuously evaluate the present moment on its current merits, constantly adjusting our strategies as we go.
And sometimes persistence looks a lot different than we think. You must be willing to walk away once the pursuit of anything seems in vain. True resilience does not mean blind stubbornness or fiercely pursuing an outcome whose time has passed. Sometimes the strongest, most resilient choice you can possibly make is recognizing when to cut your losses and gracefully move forward.
The clarity of acceptance.
This realization brings us to a place of profound rediscovery. We face what cannot be changed, and we fully maintain our unrestricted thought. It is incredibly reassuring to realize that nothing happens in life that you are unable to manage satisfactorily. By facing what cannot be changed with calm clarity, we stop letting temporary situations trigger permanent, destructive reactions. We simply accept the reality right in front of us, stay grounded, and handle it piece by piece.
Ultimately, truth can't be changed. It is what it is. Lies, on the other hand, can continually morph. Embracing the stark reality of the present moment, completely free of deceit or self-delusion, allows us to step outside the restrictive norms of societal control forever. We finally see things exactly as they are, without the messy filter of external agendas.
As we move forward, time does seem to reveal what was initially only assumed. Through this entire process, we reach a grounded emotional balance. Our internal awareness acts as an impenetrable shield against external manipulation. We keep moving forward steadily, having grown immensely through this entire cinematic journey of consciousness. So, I'll leave you with this final provocative question. Will you allow your heart and mind to explore the true, unchained potential of reality? I highly challenge you to live free of illogical constraints. Fully realize your consciousness, actively protect your internal universe, and seek out that profound personal understanding. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.